Hey, Tubies! This is Psychic Bob. This is kind of a surprise broadcast. I don't think anybody's hearing me yet. I hope my message is getting out there and we're broadcasting live. Welcome, welcome. Anyways, it's so good to be back with all of you. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great day. We got a few people popping in here. Yay! Anyways, there we are. Yay, we got some names popping up in our chat here. Yenny Yen's here. Hello. Brianna Brady's here. Yay, welcome, welcome. I don't know how many people we're going to get at this time of day, but it's the only time I had to get in a video. And I decided to do this live today simply because of time constraints. And plus, it's fun. You know, between time constraints and having fun, I thought it'd be cool to get here and do this little live. So I've got some important announcements today, and we're going to talk about all that. So, oh, yay, let's see who's here. Jessica Henthorne's here. Hi, Stranger Things is here. Welcome. Yay, love it when you're on. Always have loads of fun. Thank you, Yenny. You're so sweet. Amy Diana's here. Oh, my God. I just want to let you know, boyfriend surgery went really well. Yay, good. As you predicted. Thank you so much for your blessing. You're welcome, Amy. I'm so glad I could help you. Martha C's here. Yeah, Angela Locke's here. Wow, that's cool. We got a lot of UK people here tonight. I'm a little earlier than normal. You know, the thing is, Mondays, as you guys may know, is actually my day off. So I don't do private readings on Monday, but I still like to get a video out because I just enjoy doing videos. So that doesn't seem like work to me. Thank you so much, Stranger Things. Thank you. Hi, Annabelle Wagner. Sin 1982 is here. Hello. Lander Mercado. Yeah, we got so many great people. Martha C. Well, welcome, welcome. Well, you know, I want to do a little bit of magic here for you. Okay, I'm no David Copperfield. Anyways, I just had this beautiful ornament, you know, and it reminds me of the golden sun. You know how we have our beautiful sun above us. And hey, Marie, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Kelly Punk's here. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So anyways, I just thought this looked like the sun because, you know, when we talk about horoscopes, which we're going to talk about today, you know, it deals with sun signs. And so we've got our big zodiac wheel here. And that's the sun in the center. The sun during the year moves through all 12 signs of the zodiac. And so that's where we get our horoscopes from. And hey, Kathy Private's here. Oh my gosh, Young Spirit 57 here. Yay, welcome, welcome. So we got a number of people. I didn't know how many people we'd get in the middle of the day, but I wanted to come for a few announcements. One, we're going to do horoscopes today, but I wanted to kind of talk about the format, how we're going to change some things up here at Spirit Channel. I've been getting a lot of letters from a lot of you that is saying that you don't understand the current formats of our astrology report each week. A lot of you say, Bob, I don't get the transits. It's too complex. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not really helping me. And so that's okay. So I'm hearing you. A lot of you are saying, gee, Psychic Bob, I want to go back and, you know, have you do horoscopes, like each individual sign. And so I'm hearing you. So Psychic Bob's going to change things up. Hey, Lady Carol's here. Good to see you. Sebastian's here. Yay. All right. Kathy Private's here. Yay. Well, look, you're home. Isn't this great timing? And so what we're going to do now, in the past, you know, what I used to do is I did all the transits of the week and then all the individual signs. And that just got a little too onerous for me, especially on my day off. I would spend half the day just preparing to do the video, and I never felt like I got a break. So I switched to just doing transits. A lot of people said they missed having individual horoscope signs, and they didn't like doing the transits. So, yeah, paradigm shift. Should we go by sun sign or rising sign? My horoscopes are really more for the sun sign. Okay, so that's what you want to focus on. And I'll get into that in a little while, but that's a good question. So basically what we're going to do here is I'm no longer going to go through all the transit information because most people are just telling me they can't follow it. They don't study astrology enough to understand it. So we're going to go back to doing horoscopes where I do individual horoscope signs. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about like we'll start off the program with any major transit that is going on. Like I'll talk a little bit about, a certain aspect that's going on, and then I'll do horoscopes. And that's how we're going to do Mondays now. And I hope you guys are okay with that and that you like that. At least from the mail I've been getting, it sounds like people will enjoy it more. Moon Sun Reiki's here. Hello, good to see you. Paradigm Breakers here. Yay. All right. Alondra Mikado's here. Yay. So, excuse me, my voice is going here. Eric Ferguson. Eric says, hi, Bob. I actually missed the individual signs. Thank you, Eric. You're not the only one. I've been getting a lot of letters and people are saying, I just can't follow what you're talking about on Monday. And that's okay, because I forget not everybody's into astrology. And when I talk about Mercury square Pluto, most people don't know what I'm talking about. So we're going to try to keep it really simple, because the whole goal of Mondays, the why I do horoscopes on Monday is that, for people that watch my channel, maybe they can't buy a private reading right now. And maybe as we know on Tuesdays with messages from the spirit world, and Sunday we get so many hundreds of people. Not everybody's going to get a message. That's just a numbers thing. Doesn't mean I don't like you. It's just a numbers thing. So I created horoscopes in order that everybody who tunes in on Monday at the beginning of their week would get a little bit of psychic help. So even if you can't have a private session with me, you know that you can come on Monday and get what's essential for you for that week. That way, every single person here at the channel can get something. So that's why I do horoscopes. So I just want to explain that, because I don't think people understand why I do it. And I've had questions like, why are you doing horoscopes? I thought you're a medium. Astrology I'm a big believer in astrology. And I just do astrology as a hobby because I love it. And so I like to come here and share it with you, because to me, it's a lot of fun. And, I always say, if you're not having fun, why do something, right? And I have fun with astrology. So that's one of my ways of having fun. So one of the things I want to talk about today, by the way, is, excuse me, one of the major transits we're going to come out of this week is Mercury in retrograde. I get a lot of letters saying, Psychic Bob, tell us about Mercury in retrograde. What's going on with that? Hi, thank you, Messenger 99. Yay. Hi, Chantel. Good to see you. Yay. Thank you. Marig, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on, for a little while here, what's happening in Mercury in retrograde. Mercury in retrograde is a major astrological transit, and that's the planet Mercury. Is the planet that deals with communications. And when it goes retrograde, what that means is that when astronomers or astrologers look at it moving through the night sky, it has the appearance of that it tracks backwards on its course. Now, it doesn't actually go backwards, but from the Earth's perspective, it gives that illusion because the way the alignments are and the other shifts. So it creates the illusion that Mercury is going backwards in its transit. And so when that happens, historically, people have been very concerned because they notice that communications get messed up. During Mercury in retrograde, it's always a good time to be very careful, because I find, like, for example, I always have telephone problems in Mercury retrograde. Communication devices will go awry. Contract situations can get really iffy. And so during Mercury retrograde, you want to be very careful with your words. You want to be very careful with, if any equipment, like working with computers. I always tell people, don't buy a new cell phone, don't buy a new computer, and don't try to launch a book during Mercury retrograde or do any big public relations stuff. Because when Mercury's in retrograde, it does seem to set everything out of whack. Now, that doesn't mean stop living your life, okay? Because I always say it, the planets do not control us. The planets are here to help us, and we learn from that. Yes. So Hi, David Jan said, hi, Bob. I can't believe I missed the stream yesterday. It was super late for me. I'm so sorry, David Jan, you couldn't be there, but at least you're here today. And of course, we have it in tape relay there, so you can watch the video for version. I'm sorry you couldn't be there. But yeah, Sunday nights I broadcast at 7 p.m. now. Okay. So anyways, with Mercury in retrograde, we've been in Mercury in retrograde since October 31st. So on Halloween, we went in Mercury into retrograde, and we're going to stay in Mercury in retrograde until November the 20th. So right today, what's today, the 18th. So in 2 more days, we'll be out of Mercury retrograde. But I like to say, I sometimes feel, it's just me, the residual effects of Mercury retrograde can linger a day or two after that. So if on November 21st, everything's not clicking perfectly in your life, still be patient. It can take a few days after that. That's just been my experience. Now, as I said, don't let this create a panic. A lot of astrologers and psychics go on YouTube and say, oh my God, Mercury's in retrograde. You just have to shut down, stop living. No, don't do that. But I would be very careful. Like, for example, if you're entering into a business deal, have an attorney double or even triple check the contract, because I've seen people do business contracts in Mercury in retrograde, and then things go awry in the contract, which could have been easily caught. But Mercury retrograde just makes it a little challenging to communicate. During Mercury retrograde, I've been having a number of cell phone problems myself and computer problems, which is normal. I used to work at a job where I managed the phone system years ago. And I could tell you, when I would walk into the office, and that morning somebody would say, Bob, the phone systems have gone down. And I would, without a doubt, say, I bet you Mercury's in retrograde. I'd go look it up in my almanac. And boy, guess what? Mercury was in retrograde. I could set my watch by it that our phone system at my job would have gone down. So I've been having phone problems this week on my cell phone and my business line and my computer and my email. Doesn't surprise me. But hopefully soon we're going to be out of that. November 20th, it says. So we got 2 more days. And I'm just curious, have any of you been feeling this Mercury retrograde? Sometimes it really catches up to you. So Kathy says, I can't wait for all the retrogrades to get over with. Really? Yeah. Me too. And Angela's agreeing, Angela Locke, So Paradigm Breaker says, I've noticed lots and lots of technology is messing up more than usual. See, I agree. It just seems to be everywhere. People say, oh, you're being superstitious. I don't think it's superstitious, because it's a real world fact that you can document. And if you actually start writing down things that happen in Mercury retrograde, you'll see that there's an actual pattern there. I always tell people astrology is great because it really plays out and can be documented and proven, because our modern day astronomy, the science of studying the stars and the planets, actually came from astrology. So the astrologers knew it all first. Anyway, so that's what I just want to touch in on with you today with Mercury retrograde. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. So anyways, yes, and we're going to get into horoscopes here. Whose birthday is it? I think I missed something. Happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. Is it Storytime with T's birthday? Hey, Storytime with T, happy birthday. We're glad you're here. Thank you for being here. YOLO X is here. YOLO X says Mercury retrograde in Hawaii is still really annoying. I can imagine, especially way out on the islands like that, probably breaks down satellite communications and airline travel and all of that. I can see how that could be really stressful, But anyways, don't let Mercury in retrograde terrify you. Just be doubly cautious, And you've heard me say it before, the stars do not control us. We make them allies on our journey. Okay, so remember that. Okay. So now we're going to get into all the horoscopes because you've been asking for it. So now let me tell you, every astrologer, sometimes the dates will shift on your sign by a day or two, depending on how people do the charts. if you're somebody who said, well, gee, Bob, the other astrologer said I was a Pisces, and you're saying I'm an Aries. What does that mean? That means you're just on the cusp, depending on what day it falls. We'd have to get an actual, look at your actual chart to know which one you might technically be. But if you're on a cusp, that means listen to both horoscopes. All right. So if one astrologer on YouTube say, hey, you're a Pisces and you're here, well, well, you said I'm an Aries. Just take both in, listen to both. Don't let that stress you out. You get twice the horoscope information, and over time you'll start to see which one tends to resonate more with you. Okay. So I just want to put that out there. So are you guys ready? Should we jump right into it? All right, let's jump right into it. Okay. So our first sign today is Aries. And Aries is March 21st through April 19th. Aries, oh, by the way, before I get into this, all the information in this video, I always forget this part. All the information is for the time period of Monday, November the 18th through Sunday, hold on, I didn't write down the date. Sunday the 24th, okay? So it's Monday, November the 18th through Sunday, November 24th. That's what this video is covering, that time period, okay? So next Monday, we'll do another one for the next week. So we're going to go week by week here, and we're going to spin around. You want to see my magic trick again? All right. All right, so let's look at our horoscopes. All right, so our first sign is Aries, and that's March 21st through April 19th. Aries, this week, you're going to have to take things really slow. That Mercury in retrograde has not only been affecting you, but it seems to be doubly affecting everybody around you. Because you're an Aries, you're very tuned in, you see everything clearly, and you're able just to jump right through and get things going. And so, I encourage you to, you're going to have to be doubly patient this week, because even though you already know stuff, it's people around you are slower, and it's going to be a little harder to catch up. What you want to focus on is really just maintaining your cool and trying to pace yourself this week. Because Aries, your tendency, because you're a fire sign, is to jump right into it and run like a wild person. But this week, if you do that, you're going to find yourself out in the field alone. Nobody's going to understand you. So you're going to have to this is going to be a little of a challenging week, I'm not going to lie. But Aries, you're going to find that if you can take things slow and really listen to everybody, you're going to have a much easier week. And so that's really what you want to focus on. The key word for Aries this week is going to be patience, okay? So be patient. Our next sign is Taurus, April 20th through May 20th. Taurus, this week you may feel a little scattered. With this Mercury in retrograde, it's actually affecting Taurus and Aries, probably of all the signs, the most intense. So Aries and Taurus, you two both are going to have kind of a challenging week. This week, Taurus, the secret to getting through this is, again, like the Aries, same thing, don't rush. You're going to have to take everything slow. You're going to have to walk through things. Taurus, you want to really try to get everything in writing as well this week, because Taurus, you're going to find that there are a lot of what I call cross currents of energy, particularly in the work area for Tauruses this week. And so you may get, like, for example, new job projects, new offers. In fact, there'll be energy around promotion. So it's actually a good week in terms of finance for Taurus, because opportunities to make money are gonna increase. Hi, Kelly Punk. Kelly Punk says, you're magical, Mr. Bob. Thank you, Kelly. I like to be magical. So anyways, Taurus, yes, this week the secret is be eagle-eyed on everything. Double read everything, double listen to everything, and double repeat. When you speak to people, Taurus, make sure to kind of repeat yourself a little bit over and over. For the people you're talking to, it won't seem like overkill, because they will only get it 1 out of every 3 times you say it. So say things a few times, repeat yourself, make sure you get stuff in writing, and keep your focus. This is the eagle-eyed week for Taurus. Your key word is focus this week, okay? All right. Our next signs are Gemini, May 21st through June 20th. Geminis, even though we're going into winter, Geminis are in perpetual spring this week. This is the week of love. Gemini, this is romance week for you. This is the week to see, to be seen, have some flirtations, and have fun with your air sign energy. Geminis are going to find that romance is available. Whether you're in a relationship or not, romance is there. And if you're a single Gemini, you're going to really draw attention to yourself in a good way. And people are going to be intrigued and want to talk to you. Be open to new beginnings in relationship. For those of you who are in relationships, this is like starting over. It's kind of like, you know, that excitement when you first start a relationship? Well, guess what? You're going to be back in romance mode, just like you started all over. So this week, Gemini, let that air energy work for you. Try to keep things light, be flirtatious, have fun. Now, in the area of work, don't go overboard. Of course, keep your focus. But you're going to find that you have even very good rapport with your coworkers this week. So keep conversation light, keep it fun, and, you know, be open to new beginnings in love. Your word this week, Gemini, is romance. All right. Our next sign is Cancer, and that's June 21st through July 22nd. You know, Cancers, as I've said before, you're one of the most psychic signs of the zodiac. And, you know, what you want to focus on this week is really keeping yourself in your grounded place. Right now, because of that Mercury in retrograde, a lot of people are feeling out of sorts, and Cancers tend to be very empathic. This week, you may be feeling like you're taking on everybody's burdens. And so you really want to focus this week, Cancer, on grounding yourself and shielding. I might recommend that you wear, for example, if you're a Cancer especially, wear black tourmaline, because you Cancers tend to absorb a lot of stuff. If you're somebody who's empathic and you're not a Cancer, that's also good for you this week as well. Wear the gemstone black tourmaline or a darker protective stone. If you can't get a stone or don't have, wearing darker clothing, like I'm wearing black today, that's also grounding and shielding. That will help you be a little more focused in your day. So Cancer, be careful you don't absorb too much. Make sure to do some meditation every day. Ground that energy and shield it. And you're going to really start to see, you know, how much better you're feeling, how much more focused you are. Maria H is here. She's a Cancer, and Yenny Yen is here. Both of you are saying you're Cancers. I love that. So wonderful. Welcome, welcome, Cancers. All right. So if I say your sign and you're one of those signs, maybe you can put it in the chat so I'll know what you guys are, okay? So yay, so that's our Cancers, yay. So our next sign is Leo, and that's July 23rd to August 22nd. You know, Leos, this week you are shining. This is the week for Leos to see and to be seen, to put yourself out there. Leos, you're going to find, particularly in the work area this week, that you get a chance to share your thoughts, share your ideas. Don't hold back. Be really open to that. Leos are also going to find the area of romance this week that they are just really connecting with people, and that they're getting a lot of communications with people that they're interested in. So it's really a good week for Leos for romance as well as for business, okay? The thing that you want to really focus on, Leo, this week is letting your inspiration lead you. If you get an idea and you feel like you got to say it, say it. Don't hold back, because Leos, your sense of timing, your sense of what needs to be shared is very on this week, and it's going to really serve you. Oh, okay, hold on. Trash Cut Destroyer's here. Yay, Leo's here. Yay. Jessica Henthorne said that she's a Cancer. All right, Nessie Anderson's an Aries. Yay, welcome. Hi, Jizzy's Tarot. Good to see you. So, Leos, this week, it's your time to be heard. See and be heard. Your key word this week, Leo, is communicate. So make sure to communicate. Talk, share your thoughts. All right, our next sign is Virgo, and that's August 23rd through September 22nd. Virgos, this week, you're going to be presented with a lot of new ways of looking at things. Particularly in the work area, you may find that your boss wants to suddenly change projects, where there could come up an issue of like, you know, what's your, you know, how do you want to weigh in on the status of a project? Try to keep an open mind. Don't get really stuck on tunnel vision right now. Virgos, you have a really great ability to be super focused, but this week, rather than being tunnel vision, you've got to really kind of look at the broader picture this week. Don't judge a book by its cover, as they say. And this week, that's especially true for Virgos, because what Virgos are going to find is that a lot of people are going to be entering their life, particularly in work, but also I think in social life as well, where what you see is not necessarily what you think you're seeing. So Virgos this week want to step back, evaluate things, and keep an open mind. If you keep an open mind, you're going to see the depth of the people you're dealing with, and you're going to have a real great rapport with them and a lot more success, particularly in business. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what I want to say to you here this week, Virgo. So keep an open mind and try to reserve judgment right now. Okay, sit back, observe. Your key word this week, Virgo, is open-minded. All right, so open-minded. Kathy Private says, what's your horoscope, Bob? Horoscope sign, I am, Kathy, I'm an Aquarius. Yeah. All right, oh, look, YOLO K said, Virgo present, yay. And Stranger Things wants a Virgo. All right, Brianna Brady's a Sagittarius. I love it, I love it. All right, so Virgo, your word this week, open-minded. Okay, our next sign is Libra, September 23rd through October 22nd. Libras, for you guys this week, this is your psychic power week. You know how when we did the other horoscopes, we talked about what was our psychic power day. Well, Libras, for you, this whole week is psychic power week, every day this week. Libras are going to find that letting their inner voice really guide them this week serves them well. So if you're a Libra and, for example, you're going to work, you want to really let your voice lead you. Like, let's say you're driving to work and you hear a voice say, you know, you better pull those files the minute you get into the office. And you're thinking, wow, we're not working on that project till next week. But a voice tells you pull the files, go in and pull the files. You know, get them set up as if you're going into a meeting. Because as soon as you do that, your boss is going to come in and say, do you have those case files where I've got to go to a meeting? And you'll already have it pulled. They will think you're awesome. So Libra this week's psychic power is really where it's at for you. This also applies to relationships. You're going to just have a sense of what's going on with people around you, whether romance or friendship or even family. And so listen to that inner voice. This will give you the power to speak the right way. You're not going to step wrong, and you're going to really see that you've said the right thing at the right time. And for Libras, this psychic power really this week helps you to, you know, what's the old saying? Win friends and influence people and help yourself on the way. So your key word this week, Libra, is psychic power. No surprise there. All right. Our next sign is Scorpio, and that's October 23rd through November 21st. Excuse me. Pardon me, I'm losing my voice here. Scorpios, today, or this week, I should say, what you're going to find is that the element of communications is really in your camp. Even though we are in Mercury retrograde right now, Scorpios are going to find that they kind of are the exception to the rule. Scorpios are going to find that Mercury retrograde doesn't hold them back like it does a lot of other people. And so this week, you want to really use that communications to your advantage. Now, of course, as I said earlier, definitely be careful, double check everything. But you really want to focus on reading everything very closely. You want to focus on writing, and you want to focus on reading, writing, and what's the other one? I can't read the note I wrote down here. Reading, writing, and recording. Thank you. So this is a good week for you, for example, to try to do memos, like voice memos, where you put stuff in words that are recorded, because while we're still on Mercury retrograde, people might say, well, you didn't say that. You'll say, yes, I did. So try to record stuff or write it as much as you can so you have a backup copy, because the challenge for Scorpios is that they're telling everything properly, but people may misinterpret it or say you didn't say the words you said. So definitely cover yourself with like voice recorded, voicemails, writing, emails, all of that. Be very careful and concise in that. But you definitely have the power to break through with communications this week. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, hold on. We got some more signs here. Lady Carol says she's a Gemini. Yay. Kathy Private says she's a Taurus. Roxy Star is a Libra. And Celia Jane, what's your sign? I thought that was, I can't see the logo. It looks like a horse. Are you a Sagittarius maybe? Anyways, yay. All right. So now, next sign, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is November 22nd through December 21st. Sagittarius, this week you are very tuned in to your spiritual self. You're very much connected right now to the higher self and to the higher power, however you define that. Sagittarius this week want to really focus on that spiritual connection to their higher power and to the other world. You're going to find that you are truly being guided and inspired by the higher self in the spiritual world. And so letting the other power have an influence to come in and really guide you and direct you this week. This is what's going to really break things through for you. And so I want you to really spend time in meditation, spend time in prayer, spend time in supplication. If you're a Sagittarius and you have somebody who's asking for your healing gifts or to pray for them, please, by all means, do that. And if you're a Sagittarius and say, well, I've never really prayed before, I don't know how to do that, just sit down and let the Spirit lead you. Because Sagittarius will find that they kind of are intercessors on a spiritual level for people this week. And you might find Sagittarius that, like, for example, even in your office in the middle of the workday, somebody says to you, I don't know what to do. My life's in trauma. Do you believe in prayer? Would you pray for me? And you might be saying, oh my God, me? Just say yes. Say, I will be happy to pray for you. And just write down their name and what they want you to pray for. And that night when you go home, you take it with you. So Sagittarius, this week, it's all about focusing on intercessory work, connecting to the higher power. Your key word this week, Sagittarius, is prayer. All things in prayer. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, look at that. Obs is here. Hi, Obs. Good to see you. Nice to see you, Aubrey. Thank you for being here. Yay, Luke Garcia is here. I love it. Hold on a second. How about the dreaded Cancer? We hate everyone. Cancer was a little earlier. Go back. You'll have to watch this later. I covered Cancer earlier. Okay, so it's in the video. All right, so our next sign is Capricorn. And Capricorn is December 22nd through January 19th. Capricorns, right now, this is a business prosperity time for you. If you're a Capricorn and you're thinking about running a business or starting a business, go ahead and jump into it. Mercury retrograde, put that aside. Don't worry about that. Go ahead with your plans. Luckily, we only have 2 days left of Mercury retrograde. But even still, Capricorns, don't be afraid to charge for it, particularly in the business front. For those of your Capricorns that are working, this is a very good time to put on career focus this week. Really kind of put yourself out there and focus on being present to promote yourself. I don't say that in a selfish way, but I think Capricorns have a lot of talents. And right now, Capricorn, you're going to have people that are hearing what you're saying and seeing what you're doing. So use that to your advantage. Really focus on, maybe having a meeting with your boss, trying to encourage maybe an opportunity for promotion or a new opportunity, because you're going to do really well. If you're a Capricorn, it's a great week for job interviews. So you've got that confidence, energy around you, and people will feel that strong leadership skill that so many Capricorns have. So focus on career. In the area of relationships, Capricorn, you might be a little challenged this week because you may feel like the working world is taking all of your focus. And in a sense, this week it may be. So be patient with romance. I wouldn't encourage you to do any big emotional kind of discussions this week, because I think that it's going to be a little challenging for you to really be on that focus. You know, it's kind of like business is raining right now. So know that in terms of love, practice listening rather than speaking, because I think your thoughts will be more focused in the coming weeks in terms of romance and relationships. This week, it's all about career. Your key word this week, Capricorn, is business development. Well, that's two words. Okay, so business development. All right, our next sign is Aquarius. That's January 20th through February 19th. This is my sign, for those who are wondering. Aquarians, fellow Aquarians, this is going to be a really fascinating week for all of us Aquarians, because the spirit is channeling through Aquarians very strongly right now. If you're an Aquarian, what you're going to see this week is that it's like your psychic senses are tenfold. Information's coming through you quicker, and you're just in the flow of energy and information. Aquarians will have a sense of the other world, the spirit guides being around you, and a real sense that you're being led by them. So let that happen. Eric Ferguson says, Aquarius in the house, Bob. People get mind blown when I tell them our sign is air and not water. That's true. Aquarians are air signs. So we do a lot of telecommunications, a lot of telepathy. The reason why people think we're a water sign is the sign of Aquarius is the pouring of the water. And in fact, I have it here on our wheel, our zodiac wheel, picture of the Aquarius pouring the water. Oops, right there. And so it's actually an air sign, even though the Aquarian works with water. But what makes waves? What moves the water? Wind and air. Aquarians have a close connection to water, but we are an air sign. So the challenge for Aquarians this week really is going to be to kind of keep your feet on the ground while your head's in the stars. And Aquarians, make sure that you try to really focus on speaking what you need to say. One of the challenges for Aquarians, and particularly this week will be especially doubly challenging with Mercury retrograde, is that Aquarians tend to hold stuff in their head and they forget to say it and assume, and I'm guilty of this, that people know what they're planning or what they're doing. And then people are like, where'd that come from? You're like, well, I told you. Like, nobody's like, you were like, you never told us. So Aquarians, this week, you want to really be careful with the speaking, the confirmation, especially if you're making plans, like you're going to do a business meeting, put it in writing, double check it, double, triple check it. Because this week you're in a great channeling mode, but your challenge is going to be sharing what you're experiencing. You may not share your spiritual stuff at the workplace, but you want to share it in your personal relationships and, keep that communication line going. So your key word this week, Aquarius, is channeling. There you go, channeling. So be a channel. All right, our next sign is Pisces. And that's February 20th through March 20th. Pisces, while everybody this week is running around acting crazy, you Pisces want to just chillax and have fun. Pisces, working hard does not get you ahead, at least this week. Pisces are going to find that if they relax and have fun and goof off, they actually are more productive. So play your way through the day, because trying to be all serious and focused isn't going to work. Again, with that Mercury in retrograde, think of in terms of laughter. What's funny? Play some jokes at work. Make it lighthearted. You'll break the ice. Pisces, you have a lot of social energy this week, and I do feel that Pisces should get out and see and be seen. It shows a lot of energy around, events like attending parties, attending cocktail gatherings, things like that. So make yourself available to be a socialite, to see and be seen. Keep laughing, have fun. That's how you get through this week. Save the serious stuff for next week. In relationship, Pisces, same thing. Just have fun, flirt a little bit. Don't worry if you're going to marry them. That'll be next week. Right now, just have fun. Your keyword this week, Pisces, is play. There you go, play. So there we go, guys. We've spun around our big zodiac wheel. We had individual signs horoscopes. So I'm hearing you. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm trying to make this so that it's truly helpful to you guys this week, and I think that this helps. So, as I always say, keep faith, hope, and love in your heart, okay? Because the stars are our allies. So when you get overwhelmed, just pause. And this is a great thing to do. Literally go outside and look at the sky. You know, I go outside, I look at the sky. I say, wow, what a big universe. And suddenly my problems don't seem so big. And look at the stars, look at the moon, look at the clouds. Attune to that energy, you know. Eric Ferguson said, I did, Bob, and it truly helps. I'm so glad, Eric, that you understand that and that you're doing that, because it's really vital that we connect. You know, astrology is about connecting to the cosmos. As spiritual people, we connect to the earth all the time, right? But as we want to take it even bigger, let's go beyond just our moment. Let's go to the cosmos. That's really big connecting, isn't it? I love it. All right, Sparrow 44 says, question, sun sign Cancer, rising sign Pisces. Wondering if a change in career is in my future and what type of career would inspire me most. Yeah. You know, Sparrow 44, I got to tell you, I do feel that you are going to have career change. You need to focus right now really on, you might think I'm crazy, but you need to be in something that's more intuitive. You do very well, for example, in psychic work or intuitive work, doing psychic work, doing healing work. Or you could even work in, like, for example, the police, like doing a detective work, studying crime scenes. You know, people that are good, like that have that strong intuition, are very good at crime solving. So you might want to work with the police, like in detective work, missing persons, solving murders, these sort of things. Or psychic. I could see, unless I had your whole chart, it's a little hard for me to say all the other careers, but definitely something that uses your intuitive work. That's what I'm getting. In terms of transition, I feel 2020 is a strong year for you. As a psychic, I'm speaking, that you can really launch into that new career focus. And also 2020 is going to be much stronger economically as well. And I'm going to talk about that when I do my annual predictions in December. But it's a good time for career growth and opportunity. So focus on intuitive work. You do psychic work, you could do astrology work, particularly predictive astrology where there's a lot of intuition involved, or even police work, you know. Research would be good for you, like, for example, scientific stuff as well, like where you're solving, like, let's say, trying to solve diseases, like how do we cure smallpox? I mean, of course, now we know how to, but, you know, diseases we don't know how to cure, cancer and things like that. So you want to be in a work that allows you to investigate, to use your inner senses, and to develop conclusions based on that. That's where your success is. I hope that helps. All right. Blessings to you. Then Messenger 9, what's the keyword for Scorpio? Hold on, let me find my notes here. Oh, yeah, I didn't say that. Thank you. I forgot. I just realized I hadn't said that. The keyword for Scorpio is communicate. Okay, communicate. Similar to Leo had communicate as well. Both of you have communicate because that's where your power is. So your keyword, Scorpio, is communicate. Good question. Thank you. I'm sorry I forgot to say that. Okay. So, all right, hold on a second. Luke Garcia, I'm overwhelmed with poverty, cannot create money, can wake up in my dreams, hard time creating money. You know, Luke Garcia, when we talk about challenges like that, usually that block when we're having trouble manifesting money, it comes not just because of an alignment of planets. It comes because there's something in us that we've not connected to yet. And I think that if you can embrace your inner voice, it may take you someplace very different. I want to give you an example from my own life. When many years ago, I worked in the corporate world. I had a number of different jobs. I won't go into all that now, but I never made much money, and I always struggled month to month, and I was very poor. In my heart, I kept feeling I'm supposed to be a psychic. And in fact, I had psychics tell me you're called to psychic work, and I didn't believe that I mean, I knew it, but I didn't want to know it. And so I kind of resisted that. So I guess what I want to say to you, Luke, is what does your inner voice tell you? because it may be something very different than what you're getting from the outer world. And people will say, oh, well, like you should just go to college and be an accountant, right? And you're saying, well, I don't really want to be an accountant, but it'll pay the bills, right? See, this is like me. I did this a lot of years. I was a technical writer and I worked for an engineering company. I paid the bills. It wasn't my passion, but my true passion was to be a psychic. And I have found over the years as working as a psychic that when somebody embraces their true passion, then they're successful. And I feel like right now you're not in your work that's your true passion. And so I want you to dare to step outside of yourself and to say, what is it that I really desire? And if you focus on that, you'll make it no matter what your money is. Don't say, well, if I had the money, I'd start the business. You start the business and the money comes. I started my psychic business with no money. I funded it myself, literally just by doing readings and working. I worked a day job and I put this, didn't have much money, but I worked hard. And over time, my business grew. In fact, I was an established psychic before I even started YouTube. But psychic work changed my life. Now, I'm not saying you have to do psychic work, but I do feel like you have a strong gift of intuition. I get a lot of artistic energy around you as well. And I think, like, for example, if you would start creating, like create a painting, create art, create something you could sell, you would find that people are interested in that because your power is in it. And that's more connected to your calling. So don't let your block be, and this is what we all get caught up in. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying we all do this, though, myself included. We let other people say, well, you have to do that. And I say you do what you want. And if your whole family says you've gone crazy, you think you're going to be an artist, you think you're going to be a psychic, you think you're going to be a healer, you say yes. Many years ago, people laughed at me. Some of my family and even best friends, when I said I'm going to be a psychic, they said, oh, that's ridiculous. You can't live as a psychic. You're just dreaming. But the truth is, it was my life theme. It was my mission. And so I knew that I was called to it. And when you follow your calling, you will always be successful. All right. So I'm challenging you today. Don't do what you have to do. Do what you want to do. It's a little scary, but you will not fail. I promise you. Okay. Blessings to you. I hope that helps a little bit. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap it up here because I've got stuff I've got to do. It's my day off, and I'm actually going out and doing things. But I wanted to come here and share horoscopes with you. So just to recap, every Monday, we're going to do horoscopes, and we're going back to individual zodiac signs. So tell everybody let them know, get them back here, because we have a lot of people say they don't watch Monday anymore because they didn't like the other format. So we're going back to the old format. Okay, of having actual individual star signs. So everybody gets something specifically for themselves. Well, guys, I am so glad you're here. Thank you so very much. And I'm looking forward to talking to all of you. And, keep me posted as things open up here. Let me know how things are going with you. Be back here tomorrow on Tuesday. We're going to do messages from the spirit world. We're going to move that till later in the day because I'm booked up with readings during the day tomorrow, already full. So we're probably going to do that tomorrow night around 7 p.m. So if you're back here at 7 p.m., we'll do messages from the spirit world live tomorrow. Okay. So anyways, thank you for being here. I love you. We'll see you. Bring your psychic questions tomorrow, and we'll do messages from the spirit world then. 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific, midnight London time. Okay. We'll see you then. I love you guys. 1 a.m. Paris time. Thank you. Blessings to you. See you all soon. Blessed be.